Yeah, good evening, our dear viewers. Like we promised you, we're continuing to enlarge the product of Tembei TV. Tonight we have Decision 2022, and with me is guest Isabella Githinji, who is the Secretary General of Kenya Reform Party. She will introduce herself and introduce the party to us so that most Kenyans can understand what is Kenya Reform Party, what does it stand for, and why should they join it, and how is it going to help us shape our politics towards 2022. So you are highly welcome. For those who are viewing us, you can follow us through the comment section. You can post your questions. You can share your criticism, your compliments, and we will highly appreciate. Thank you so much. Isabella.
Yes, Eric.
Yeah, let Kenyans know you. Who is Isabella Githinji, and
Yes.
why should they choose Kenya Reform Party? Does it stand for?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, Kenyans. It's an honor, a pleasure to be hosted on Mutembei TV. My name is Isabella Githinji, the Secretary General of Kenya Reform Party. Kenya Reform Party is, I'll say, fairly new party because people have only come to know about it. We have recently rebranded from DDA, which is Diligence Development Alliance, and we changed the party leadership. And and also we changed the party constitution so that we meet the needs of Kenyans today. And the needs of Kenyans today, in our assessment, is basically unemployment. It is key to the economy of this country that every single Kenyan gets to be fully employed, and not just fully employed. We are talking about decent employment that enables us to be able to engage in modern living and not just survival. And therefore, we are completely opposed to the hustler narrative, where we are saying, where they are saying that any job is a job. No, we are talking about uh, decent, decent employment that enables us to be able to live a modern way of life. Therefore, Kenya Reform Party is big on industrialization. We are zeroed in on industrialization and manufacturing as the way in which we can actually create jobs in this country, enough to employ all of us, and actually we will not have enough people to employ, and we'll be able to seek for labor from outside of this country. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much. I saw on your party you have used the symbol of a lever. What
It
does
is a
it?
mechanical gear.
Yes.
Yes, it is a mechanical gear, and it was informed by many things. Actually, on our symbol, you'll find that there's the mechanical gear. It has levers because there's a way in which a gear is operated. And why we are talking about the gear is because the gear is an engineering tool that powers, that for us to move from point A to point B, then we need a powering tool. And the gear, if you look at it, a mechanical gear, whether in watches, when in cars, in aeroplanes, in any, even in industrial development, everything begins with a gear. If we are to move from point A to point B, if we are to power our energy, if we are to power anything, then the gear is a very instrumental tool in powering movement. And therefore, we are saying for Kenya to move from where we are to where our aspirations are, then it means that we have to find a powering tool, and hence the use of the symbol of the mechanical gear. Our gear, if you look at it, I wish you could put up the symbol for others to see. It is on the sides of it. It has two arrows that are securing it. Yes, thank you very much. Now, the arrows are symbolic for Linda Nchi. As you can see, our slogan, Linda Nchi, we are saying that once we create wealth, the gear is in gold color because it is a wealth creation tool. And once we create that wealth, we are going to protect it by our blood and using all manner of tools. And we are talking about the spears as our symbol of a tool that we are going to use to protect our wealth from the enemies of our economy, which key is corruption. So we are saying once we create this wealth, we are going to guard it with our lives, with our blood, and we are going to fight all the enemies of development. At the base of it, where KRP is sitting, you can tell that our base is our core resources, mainly our natural resources, our mineral resources. We have so much untapped wealth on our land and below our land, even when we talk about the blue economy. And we are saying that that resource in its raw form, that is why it's in black, because it is yet to be exploited. Then we are saying that we will now use the gear to produce to bring production of our natural resources, agricultural resources, and we are going. The levers they resemble the human capital, which is now going to be used to power the gear into bringing us to economic productivity.
Okay, and I have seen the 3 taglines: Kuza Kazi, Kuza
Yes,
Viwanda, and then Linda Inji.
yes,
Why do you think many parties are having this tagline Kazi in their own slogans? We have Kazi ni Kazi, we have Kazi
yes,
na Pesa, and now
yes,
we have Kuza Kazi
yes,
for Kenya Reform Party.
yes.
Are we taking advantage of unemployment, or are we actually out to create unemployment?
No, 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 no. I think by and large, we know that there's no magic in wealth creation. There's no abracadabra that we are going to do in this country or which has been tested world over that will bring about wealth creation except through hard work. So when we are talking about Kazi, it is really that we must work very hard. And it's not to say that Kenyans are lazy. It's not to say that Kenyans are not working hard, but we are not getting remuneration for our hard work. Also, Eric, there's hard work that is what you can call hard labor. Like, for example, when you use something like a djembe, as your symbol, not even as your symbol, as your tool of production, then you're going to do a lot of hard work to do very little in terms of production. But when you go into mechanized agriculture, for example, when you now, instead of using a djembe, you bring in a tractor, then the work becomes easier, but then you're able to do more work and you're able to get more production. So even as we are looking at kazi, kukuza kazi, we are talking about kazi that is easier work, and it is made easy through mechanization, hence the gear. Okay, so that you don't have to use hard labor, like with your blood and sweat, that we can actually go towards mechanization. It doesn't have to be hard labor, it doesn't have to be difficult, but it can be easy and it can be productive. So we are talking about kuza kazi. In every sector we have to do the work, but also we are saying this work that we are doing is towards growing our industries, so that we are different from those who say kazi ni kazi, hata ya kusukuma wheelbarrow ni kazi. We are deviating completely from that narrative. It is also not about pesa mfukoni without telling the how. So our slogan is telling us about the how. How do we actually create this wealth? How do we do this work? It is mechanized. We are going to use the gear, and then we are going to bring it to industries, because no country has developed in this world without going towards industrialization and manufacturing. And when we talk about industrialization and manufacturing, we are talking about by Kenyans, okay, not that we embrace others to come and do that industrialization for us. It might not be to our benefit, and we might not get the full advantage when others help us. And we are not saying close them out. We are saying that increase more industries that are run by Kenyans using our own resources, land, human capital, and everything else that we have, including technology. And we are key, or we are big again on technology, Eric, because we are saying this kind of industrialization, this kind of production, again, we have to look at world trends. See what we are doing today. We are able to speak to the entire nation and in the comfort of our homes, everyone where they are. So what we are saying is that technology has a very big role, even in the running of our industries, even in creating markets internationally, and also in the transfer of technology. So we again must embrace technology. So it's not just kazi yoyote ama kwa njia yoyote. We are actually saying kazi through Viwanda.
Thank you. One will argue that those who came up with wheelbarrow as a symbol, they took it from 16th century, and
Yes.
you guys are coming up with a lever.
Yes.
One will argue that you are okay. The industrialization age passed. Now we are in the information age. Why didn't you take a mobile phone as your symbol? Bring us to speed. And tell
Yes.
us that you're in the information age, and this is how we are going to create our opportunities in the information age. What is your take? And as you respond to that,
yes.
you also need to respond to Odili Salam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, Odili Samalu anasema, is this
Mm-hmm.
a political party or an organization?
Uh-huh. Okay. So okay. To answer that, are you getting me? Hello?
Yeah, but I was
We are
hearing
on?
some
Okay.
echo. Are you listening to yourself through the
No, no,
phone?
no, 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 no. Okay, so basically, what we'll do as we embrace technology, I'm a bit in the other side of technology. So maybe when you read for me the questions, because if I try to read them and then answer, then I might get lost in that. Why we are saying that we are going to use the mechanical gear is because for us, for example, to do mining, you cannot use a mobile phone, for heaven's sake, to do mining. You understand? There are tools, there's machinery, there is equipment that has to be used. I think even those space rockets are powered by the gear. The jumbo jet is powered by the gear. There is nothing that will move you from point A to point B without the gear. So the gear is a tool that is going to be important, that is important in running machinery. For those who appreciate physics, I unfortunately did not take physics, but for those who appreciate physics, they will know that for you to move from point A to point B, for any movement whatsoever, and basically for running our machines, our tools, equipment, the gear is a very necessary tool. Then we embrace technology so that even as we are using these tools, we update and upgrade so that we are using the latest technology even of those tools, because technology is ever so evolving, so that even the tools that were possibly being used, even the vehicles, we used to have those manual cars. Today we have these other automatic vehicles. The gear still remains, but technology then makes it easier and it makes it more advanced. So the gear must remain as a powering tool, and then we embrace ever evolving technology so that we are up to date with everything that we are doing. To answer what the question was, what was the question again? Sorry. Oh, huh. Is this political
Now
party,
the
a
thing-
political party or an organization? It is a political party. It is called Kenya Reform Party. It is a political party. Our ideology is industrialization. You know, and I like what the new law on political parties has introduced, that every political party must now have an ideology. As we had already embraced industrialization as our ideology for creation of full employment in this country. So it is a political party, and where some are anchored on governance, others are anchored on social pillars such as equity and equality. We are big on industrialization, on economy, our economic growth. That is our focal point.
Yeah, before we move from that place, I went through your manifesto, and one of the things is to create 3,000 jobs per ward.
Yes.
How do we intend to achieve this?
Good. Thank you, Eric. Now, what we are saying about full employment, there is a lot of rhetoric that has been going around about we will create jobs. We are going to create jobs for the youth. We are going to create jobs. And when finally we get to see the jobs that are created, you find that we have gone back to giving graduates, masters holders, spades and brooms. And we are like, really, that is not where we are going. That is not the aspirations, our combined aspirations as a nation. That is really not our goal. And so we are looking at full employment being created through industrialization at ward level. What we are saying, Eric, is every ward has resources that are available to them for running their own industries. I'll give you an example. And it's something that I actually challenged people the other day on my Facebook page. For example, we, especially within Mount Kenya, because of the volcanic soils, people have gone into avocado farming. Everybody now has an avocado tree or quite a number of them. And my question and challenge to, for example, the people in the wards where these avocados are being grown is, supposing an avocado does not go to the plate, because we do farm to plate. Okay, so if supposing the journey of an avocado was from farm to industry, what would the life of that avocado be like, especially in terms of wealth creation? And my immediate answer to my own question is that when the other countries are buying these avocados from us, majority of them are not necessarily for the plate, especially in the industrialized countries. They are taken to the industries to produce oils. They're taken to the and these oils then are used in the beauty industry, in the hair industry, in pharmaceuticals. You understand? So whereas us we only consumed, and that was the only benefit we got, others are actually buying from us. And you can imagine, by the time this same avocado reaches that country, the cost that is on it, that has been topped on it, it becomes a very expensive fruit by the time it lands on the other side. And yet they are able to produce, to get more wealth out of that same avocado, which for us rots, the surplus rots in the marikiti markets and all that. So what we are saying is every ward has something unique to them. And I only gave an avocado as an example. I could have said coconut. We are doing coconut oils for our hair, for treatments, for our health and all that. But really, do we have industries here locally? I like to buy coconut milk. But do you realize that the coconut milk that I buy, or many other Kenyans buy, is not packaged here? It's not processed here in this country, yet we produce coconuts here. So I'm just giving that as an example, that every county, every ward has resources available to them. I've not gone into mining, I've not gone into iron ore, I've not gone into other resources that we actually have. I just gave the agricultural products as an example. But we have so much of our resources that either are unexploited, or we do not get the best out of them because we do not have industries for processing our products, and then we take them to the market, whether locally or internationally, when they are finished products. So we're talking about value addition, and not just the normal value addition. We're talking about industrial value addition. When we go that way, Eric, farmers at the local level, for example, if we went into cotton, all we know, people keep on talking about youth employment, but when we go into that kind of production, every farmer, old and young alike, get employed in that way because they become producers. So it's not just employment for the youth, it's employment for all, old and young. Then we'll get another tier of people who process and take them to the industries, of transporters, of manufacturers, of people who work in the industries. All these people who have done food science immediately get employed, or the people who have done human resource get employed in these industries. As in, there is no single talent or academic effort that has gone into any Kenyan's studies that is going to get wasted. We have a lot of untapped resource, even human resource. So basically, it is not rhetoric, and it's not just any job that we are talking about.
Thank you. I think you are very passionate with what you are saying. But
Yes.
let me bring in one of the clips, and then it will take us to the next question.
Okay.
The party officials, the political party will advocate for industrial hubs in counties, arguing that the economy can only be bolstered if greater emphasis is placed on developing robust industrial networks in counties to generate jobs. According to the party's manifesto, research has demonstrated that industrialization is critical to growth, extending all the way back to the days of the Industrial Revolution, promising a fresh approach to politics beyond who should be president. The party, whose symbol is a gearing lever, emphasizes the importance of tapping into the country's labor supply in order to boost the economy. However, the party officials have stated that they are not interested in fielding a presidential candidate, but are open to coalition talks.
Candidates in various positions. So, KRP.
I must say we are rebranding because initially we started as Diligence Development Alliance. That is the party that we started, and due to demand, the society is dynamic, and we looked at our manifesto, we looked at our objectives, we looked at our constitution, and we came to the conclusion that we need to revisit the constitution, we need to rebrand our party so that it meets the day-to-day needs of Kenyans. That's why we are talking about industrialization, agricultural industrialization, manufacturing, which was not previously in DDA manifesto.
Okay, I have two questions for you. One, you guys moved from Diligence Development Alliance, which in my own perception, diligence has to do with character development. And the other one moved to industrialization reforms. So it has something to do with, did you realize that before we develop character, we need to get cash? You went to creating job and creating, you need to create cash first. And then the second question lies on what, I don't know whether it's your chairman or party leader or whoever, has said that you have decided that you will not field a presidential candidate. You are open to coalition. So my second question will be, when you join a coalition, but at venture you become a junior partner, how do you intend? How do you intend to achieve that industrialization? How will you push that agenda in the coalition? And the third question after that is, are you aligned to any coalition, especially the major coalitions? Azimio, Kenya Kwanza, or OKA?
Thank you very much. When we moved from diligence, the constitution of diligence development alliance, diligence was very key on matters of integrity. And I must say that we have not lost the objective of integrity. When you look at our symbol, there's a lot of white in it, and the white represents integrity. So we are talking about integrity in terms of leadership, and even as we are looking towards our aspirants and basically towards forming government, because we have come together as a party so that we can form government, and we are looking at integrity as a very key aspect of running this country. That said, we also know that there is no dignity in poverty. So in appreciation of why industrialization had to come into the fore because of creating wealth in this country, it's because we also have human dignity. Our constitution talks about human dignity, and there is no dignity in poverty. The way we have been living as Kenyans, over, I think, 80% or thereabouts, is living below poverty line. That is no way to run our country. And there is a hopelessness, even for the children that we are raising, even for the students who are soon graduating from universities. They already feel that, so what? I get this degree, so what? That element of hopelessness as a country is not good. We cannot continue with the status as it is. So we are saying that we are going to move towards industrialization so that we can bring back our national pride. And our national pride is in living modern life. And this will only be created through industrialization. And yes, we are big on integrity, but we are also saying we are big on dignity, and dignity is going to be brought through wealth mobilization. On the question of coalitions, Eric, we are awake to the dynamics of our politics today. We realize that politics is dynamic, and anybody who wants to walk alone might not go too far. But when you work together with others, you will go far. That said, we are also looking at like-minded partners who, in their dream for Kenyans, embraces something similar to that which we embrace, which is wealth creation. And we have been listening to what all the other aspirants, for example, are saying. We have been doing our due diligence, and we know the conversations that have been going around. In that sense, then, we have factored in where our interests of industrialization, wealth creation are best placed. Also, as we factor the matters of integrity and all other factors that are dear to us as a party. And to that extent, we have, I would say, zeroed in on the Azimio coalition, and specifically, we support the candidature of Raila Amolo Odinga for his presidency under the Azimio umbrella, because he is talking about issues in the similar manner and also solutions in a manner that we are agreeable with. And even as we come on board with them, we know that our interest is in lobbying. And we have mentioned this, that we are lobbying for industrialization and manufacturing under budget, which we have proposed at 240 billion annually towards industrialization. And we will be lobbying big so that, if possible, and I hope that ananisikiza ama atapata hii clip, that we are lobbying for the Ministry of Industry, the Ministry of Mining, and also in education for our TVETs, so that we are able to train the people in production, train them in industrialization, in how to run the industries, in then trading at the international and local markets. Eric?
Okay.
Yes.
Why didn't you find it suitable to work with Kenya Kwanza? They are talking about Uchumi Bora and then bottom up. I think when you guys are mobilizing to create jobs, 3,000 jobs per word, I think it's also part of bottom up. What do you think? How do you understand this thing called bottom up?
Eric, we have listened to all the, I can say, economic models, okay, and we have opened them up, unpacked them, and one thing about the bottoms up is that there is no clear roadmap. There is no clear roadmap of where we are and how the model takes us to where we want to be. Because first of all, we have not had a clear destination. You know, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. So bottoms up have not told us what is the end game. For KRP, we are saying the end game is full employment for all Kenyans. We are talking about decent jobs, and we are talking about modern way of living and bringing Kenya to a middle income economy. So when that becomes a clear destination, then we can now begin to question and look at the model that can take us there. Now, when we don't have a clear destination, because the only destination that the bottoms up is talking about, tutaunda serikali ya fulani na fulani na fulani. So the end game for them is forming government. But what this government will do for Kenyans has not been articulated. We don't know. So there's no destination. So there's no road. Any road, call it bottoms up, call it Kenya Kwanza, whatever it is, any road will take people there because there's no destination. So we are very clear on where we are going. Baba is talking about Baba Care. He has a program for the people who are the lowliest in the society, who really cannot afford to put food on the table. And he's saying, before unemployment is created, because I do not suppose that he intends to give that 6,000 to that household in perpetuity. Basically, he's saying there's a household where not a single person is employed. So we are saying until such a job is created for members of that household, in the meantime, we will mitigate. You see? So it is not open-ended. It is that there is a plan. There's a plan for single parents, for women, single mothers. And I'm telling you, Eric, it is, people might not understand, but I myself am a single parent, a mother of 3 children. I know what it takes to put food on that table. I know what it takes to have no one else you can call up to for help. So when I hear somebody say that we will have a program for the many women who do not have additional support, I sign up very fast for myself and for very many other women. I sign up for our children who then would be disadvantaged when there is only one income earning person, and sometimes even that parent does not have income. When he talks about made in Kenya, because he's talking about made in Kenya, he's speaking to manufacturing, and manufacturing by Kenyans, for Kenyans, and then for international markets. He has good relationships with our neighbors so that now our markets will move from here and to our neighboring countries. There is a plan and there is a destination. And Baba has always talked about Canaan as a destination, a land where there is plenty, a land of abundance. So when we know the destination, then we can question whether that road can take us there, or which other roads that, what other people can load on to make that road an easier one to journey. Eric?
Okay, thank you so much. Kenyans are watching. Benson says, I'm watching the show. Kiema says, wow. Agnes following. Okay, I love industrialization and manufacturing part. That is Mwanzi. Thank you. Keep watching. The next question will be, if Kenyans are interested in this party, I have seen some expressing interest. Where can they get you?
Okay, we are at
How
Roslyn
do you
Riviera.
structure that in Kenya? Okay, do you have party offices, party headquarters? That is what I'm asking.
Yes, like every other political party, we have our headquarters. We are situated at 34 Roslyn Riviera. It's on Limuru Road, just at Riviera Mall. That's between Village Market and Two Rivers. There's a Riviera Mall in between, and we are on 34 Roslyn Riviera. You can come there, and we have a website, www.ref, standing for reforms.ke, www.ref.ke. So you can visit our website and engage with us there. Of course, I'm very active also on social media at Isabella Githinji. We also have our own Facebook pages for Kenya Reform Party. You can engage us there. We're on Twitter, Insta, and Facebook. Yes, so we are available for engagement. We are available for and we're really encouraging people who have, Erica was an aspirant in 2017. This journey of leadership, I have been on it for quite a while. And I know that there are certain challenges that come to people who aspire to, participate in political party processes, and within political parties, then they come into certain challenges, and we are encouraging them to try us. We are encouraging them to try us, especially people who have a reform agenda, people who are tired with the status quo, people who have seen the problems that we have in this country and have desired to become solutions, to bring up solutions, to become change agents. We are inviting all these young people. And Eric, I grew up during the Moi days, and we used to be told, there was this common slogan that vijana nyinyi ni viongozi wa kesho. And I'm nearing 50, and I'm still no bell has ever been rung for me to realize that my kesho has come. What I'm saying is that there are people who are not really young, but they are behaving like people who cannot cast a vision and who cannot bring solutions in this country, and they are a complete letdown. I'm talking to people who are between 30 and 50. This generation is a complete letdown on matters of our governance, of our economy, and everything. And I'm not saying this, I'm speaking to myself as well as I'm speaking to every other Kenyan within that bracket. And my challenge is this: when the Mau Mau War was being fought in liberating this country, the young men who went into that war were barely 20. They were barely 20, between 20 and 30. That generation went into war. When the Baba and Keraito and Orengos, those people, when they were fighting for the second liberation, they were very young people, and they managed to liberate this country. Here we are at 40, 50, and we are still saying serikali saidia, mtu fulani si mzuri. We are really a complete letdown. We must wake up and take to lead this war on corruption, to lead this war on unemployment, on poverty. It cannot be that Baba in his 70s is the one that is leading at the war front for us and for our children. It is wrong. This is upside down. He should be giving us orders and directions from a sitting position, and we should be the ones on the front line, because it is our generation. These people have lived their lives. They are provided for the rest of their lives. It is for us and for the future generations and the children that we are raising. And we have been a complete letdown. Eric, we must wake up and lead this from the front.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
Yes.
Now, my next question is why? Okay, you said you are based in Limuru.
Yes,
There
Limuru.
has been an assertion of some of people in the political quarters that there are parties which are regional parties, there are parties, tribal parties, there are parties which are village parties.
Yes.
How do you take? What is your take on that connotation?
Okay, first I want to say we are on Limuru Road, not Limuru Township. That said, political parties, for any political party to be registered by the registrar of political parties, she must be satisfied. Today our registrar is a lady. The registrar must be satisfied that this party has a national character in its structures, in its outlook, in its membership, everything. So there is no political party that starts at village level. It is a lie, and it is a narrative that is pushed by those people who wish to undermine other political parties, because of course we are in a competitive process, and one would want to show the others that they are not as strong or as representative. But there is no village political party. That is not possible in this country because it cannot be registered. All parties, Kenya Reform Party included, is a national party.
Okay, thank you for making it clear so that Kenyans can understand. It's just political theatrics when someone says this is a village party, this is a regional party, because such parties don't merit to exist according to our constitution. Am I right?
Yes,
Yeah,
you
okay.
cannot have a village party.
Okay, now we have seen also parties come up with different fee requirements for those aspirants who want to run for different political seats. I hope you are affordable. You can share that information with us.
That information, Eric, is available on our website. And I'll tell you, sometimes different things inform that kind of a decision. And, all parties submitted their nomination rules, including their nomination fees, sometime last year, before the end of the year, to IEBC. It was a requirement. So as it is, I will not say that the fees are cast in stone, but I'll say that nomination guidelines have already been given. However, I believe that especially with the formation of a coalition political party, which is a new, which has come through the new law, there is an opportunity by the new political formation to have a new set of nomination rules, which might also include a new set of fees. And I'm sure that every coalition political party will also look into that, so that we have more representation for women and for the special interest groups. However, I think that and with Kenya Reform Party as well, we have factored in the special interest group and women and youth as categories that have rebates. We have certain rebates for them. And in any case, we just wish to invite aspirants, come on board, come and have a discussion with us. We will talk about all things that are possible. We will see how we can partner with each other, so that we afford you a chance to get to the debate and be able to articulate your issues to Kenyans.
Okay, thank you. Have you already formed a coalition with the Azimio, or you are yet to form? Because I saw, was it, I think it's last weekend, but one when parties were signing, there were parties which signed a cooperation agreement with the Jubilee to the Azimio. There are those yet to, there are those supporting yet independent. They want to go it alone, yet they support the Azimio candidate. There are those who will who are yet to agree whether to sign or not. So where are you?
Okay. We are in the process of engaging. We have expressed interest. And as it is, I can confirm that there is no coalition agreement that has been signed under Azimio. Okay. Partners are still at negotiation levels, at talks levels, and at some point, I believe that we'll conclude the discussions, and then we'll be able to join the other political parties, because Azimio, as a coalition, will be, all parties will be signatories. All parties that will be joining Azimio will be signatories to the Azimio coalition. No party will be carried per se by another. So we believe that, God willing, we will be a party that will also be a signatory to the Azimio coalition political party. We have expressed interest, and we have been received well as well.
Oh, thank you for that. You are among the few parties that have allowed the SG to be a female gender, of female gender.
Yes.
Briefly, tell us what is your reaction towards what happened recently in terms of border guys with the assault to the ladies, and how do you intend, if you are part of the parties that take power, how do you intend to reform this sector so that we have no part of our society feel endangered or insecure when they are handling their affairs?
Thank you, Eric. Now, there's a word you have used, that I am one of the female SGs who have been allowed in politics, in power, in governance, in anything. There is no one who allows you anything. You go for it, Eric. And I want to encourage all women. You go for it. You fight as hard, and in fact, you fight harder as a woman to get half of what a man would normally get. So it's not been an easy journey. I have to confess, it has not been an easy journey, but it is doable. And therefore, I'm encouraging women, even those who are going for political positions, for elective seats. Let us be aggressive. It is possible. It can be done. Others have done it. And the terrain that we are in is even better because of the new constitution. The terrain is not the same that was there before with the old constitution. The ladies who were in governance, I want to even specifically talk about someone like Charity Ngilu or Martha Karua. Their days were not easy. We are having a smoother, just a bit smoother ride because they fought. And for us to make the ride even smoother for our daughters, it must be that we must hold this, we have to hold this space and create a wider space so that more women can be able to come in. So the few women who have been able to make it, I'm encouraging them to do more so that we open the space wider for other women to join on board, just like the ones who were before us did for us. So it is not given. Power is grabbed, and I'm calling upon all sisters to go head on and grab power. That said, I also, what happened on Wangari Maathai Road? First of all, the fact that it actually happened on Wangari Maathai Road, is just, I'm not saying particularly because of that road, but because of that lady, that lady that we honored for her contribution. And these are the ladies I'm talking about. about how difficult it was in their times, and they still made it. So I'm saying that women, we have what it takes. If anyone can do it, women, we can do it, and we can take these spaces for ourselves and for our daughters. I want to call out on criminal elements. I would not give a blanket condemnation on border riders. I want to call out on criminal elements, that there can be criminal elements in any sector who will hide and who will do their criminal acts just the same way. Even in traffic, they are not all border riders have the worst traffic manners, but there are few who are a menace, are a complete menace, so that you end up condemning the entire sector. So I like the fact that the government is stepping up now to regulate and to bring sanity. And the first way of bringing sanity is by licensing. So this whole process of retraining and licensing them is a good way, because it's going to weed out the criminal elements. Those people who, for example, have criminal records and at all, they will not agree to go for those licenses. Those people who had stolen other people motorbikes are not going to go and collect the motorbikes that have been rounded up. You see, so there is a process of weeding out the bad elements so that the sector is cleaned up. But Eric, I also want to encourage us to look at the areas we are talking about of industrialization, because we cannot just be a transport sector. But where are we really transporting the people from and to? It has to be a wealth creation and enforcement or enabling environment, so that the people who are using that mode of transport are actually engaged in the process of creating wealth. But when people are quote unquote poor, even the person who is carrying you on that border does not respect you. You understand? Because they just find that you are, of the low class or poor class or whatever it is that they figure out you to be. And so they'll carry you in whatever manner they feel, But if you're a person who is running a proper sector, then even the borders will be moderated because they care for their customers. I want to give you an example with the Uber or Bolt drivers. Whenever there is one criminal element amongst them, action is taken because that institution that runs those vehicles would not want to have a bad name, because they care for their clientele. And so I appreciate the idea of bringing in circles to this sector, so that now every circle cares for their clientele, who are the people who are being carried on these borders, and it's going to bring sanity, because they are also going to have certain standards that will be required of their riders, so that they can continue taking care of their clientele.
Wow, thank you so much. There's one more question, even as we are coming to an end.
Yes.
We've been alternating between strong parties and so many splinter parties. Mm-hmm. What is your view of democracy when we get to have many small parties, mm-hmm. As opposed to having one or two major political parties?
Thank you very much, Eric. Our constitution talks about Kenya having the democracy that is run on multi-parties. Not dual, multi. Multi supposes many. Infinity, without end. So anybody who is trying to bring us back to one or two is taking us back to where we came from. And we must not forget where we came from and what informed the serious struggle that came into being, so that we became a multi-party democracy. And history must be taught so that people know. Some of us were very young, so we didn't appreciate that. Others had not even been born, and they're going to be voters. Therefore, history is important so that people are always taught what informed multipartyism, so that we never go back. I'll say this as well, that there is no what you call small party or big party. Of course, I know people base it on membership, but by and large, what a political party does, when we have a multi-political party democracy, is to provide choice. That is what is brought to the fore, so that every voter has a choice. Previously, we had a choice based on individuals. That is where most of our parties initially were formed, and were, the focus was. But now the choice, for example, that is before the electorate in 2022, is on ideology. So we are also evolving in our democracy, so that now we are moving from people-based to ideology-based. And now today we are talking about economic models. We are talking about economic destinations for this country. So we are moving. We are an evolving society, and we are going to get better and better. And we are going to continue embracing democracy. So as many as we are, there is space for everybody. Even if it was one man, one party, because every voter should have choice, should be able to exercise choice. And this choice is provided through the political platforms, because the only way we form government through our constitution is through political parties. So as many as exist provide choice for the kind of government that we get to form.
Thank you. I'll play this clip even as you prepare your parting shots.
Yes.
I think we are done with the 1 hour.
The Kenya Reform Party says it will champion for the growth of the economy and uplift the poor in the society.
Buccaneers and economic hitmen. Ladies and gentlemen, I humbly and confidently announce that we now stand at the banks of a blessed, wonderful, and prosperous future. The future that has informed our imaginations, our hopes, and prayers over the years. What has only been in our hopes and imaginations is now here. Let us walk into it, gear in hand, with the boldness to slay the giants and take up our rightful inheritance. In conclusion, fellow Kenyans, I am deeply convinced that the reforms espoused by KRP through the mechanical gear shall be as profound as they will be perpetual. Try us, register with us, let us work together. KRP, kuza kazi, kuza viwanda, linda nchi. A call to work. Thank you very much.
Okay. Maybe the clip has summarized what you wanted to say, but you can look through the screen and then talk to Kenyans and ask them to join your party and just talk to Kenyans.
Thank you very much, Eric, for this opportunity. And this is what I would bring to the attention of Kenyans, that we always ask ourselves that what change would we want to bring to this country? We have an opportunity, and that is why I'm saying that we stand at the banks of our aspirations, and we have a road that can take us there. KRP is a platform that takes us to our blessed land, the land of plenty that is found within our borders, the land where we live in human dignity, the land of abundance, even as is the prayer in our national anthem, that plenty be found within our borders. We should not accept that our fate is in living in poverty, and that we are going to raise our children in debt. We must turn things around. And this is a call to turning things around and using proven methods world over. Industrial development is a proven method that has taken countries, even countries that gained independence at the same time with Kenya, and they have taken them very far. that this is a proven method. We don't have to guess. We do not have to re-engineer things. We can use industrial production, and Kenyans are very smart. We can run industries. We can set them up. We can run them. We can produce raw materials for our industries. We can employ every single Kenyan, and we can create wealth in this country, and we can become really the pride of Africa. Therefore, I'm calling on Kenyans, a call to work, as I said in that clip, that it is a call to work. But even as we work, we have to work in a smart manner, a manner that is productive, a manner that is easy, a manner that is, that gives us the best for our effort, and also to run our industries so that we create wealth that we can leave for future generations, that they will be proud to call us a generation that came before them and liberated the country for the third time, and industrialization and manufacturing. And I want to call upon women to take up the role and take up the challenge of leadership. Do not sit behind. Do not be cowed by our male counterparts. Let us do this because we can, and because the society requires our effort. We are over 50%. Surely we cannot sit back and the country move forward. We have to all join hands and move forward and build this nation. And I want to also call upon the electorate. In that presser, when I did it, I said that the mistakes of women should not be bad or worse just because they were done by women. Women are as human as their male counterparts. Do not judge them harshly when they falter in matters of leadership, so that they become disadvantaged because we are using different thresholds of judging women. So let us just be fair. Let us uplift a sister. Let us uplift a wife, a mother, and let us all work together, leaving none behind. I thank you, and I ask that God would bless each and every person. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Kenyans are saying good job. Some are saying, Rick says, I totally agree. John says, I'm following. Maureen says, I love this. Alice Kemto says, yes. Kimanzi says, I love industrialization and manufacturing part. So most Kenyans are agreeing with what you are saying. And you see, as we continue to expand our democratic space, we also open up to new ideas and new way of doing things. So it was the intent and the spirit of the law and the constitution of our Kenya that we need to have multi-party democracy so that we can leverage on different ideas that parties generate. I normally say that the God who created the elephant also found it in his wisdom to create minute creatures. I also say that God in his own wisdom created the visible and invisible things, yet all are important. When we talk about balanced diet, the quantity of carbohydrate is not the same as the vitamins, yet all are important. So don't allow somebody to tell you that this is a big party and this one is a small party. No, yes. Each and every party has a contribution towards our democracy, and we will not be dictated by the size of our parties. Just as in Kenya, there are tribes that occur in millions and others even in hundreds, yet all are Kenyans, and we need to allow them space to do their thing. So we appreciate each and every party that is on board towards increasing the democratic space in our country. And as a media, we will try to promote those parties which are fighting for space, but they may not get it even in the mainstream media, because we know that unless we do an affirmative action, we may not get the leaders we require. There are many. Someone said that the people who know how to govern this country are busy cutting hairs in the kinyozis. Some are busy driving the borders. Some are busy, we call them mamambokas. So unless we give them space, they may not live out the dream they want to live. So on this platform, we invite each and every Kenyan who has a desire and who wants to make a contribution towards change that is necessary to put Kenya to where it belongs. You are welcome with your ideas, small or big, you are all welcome. So we appreciate Isabella Githinji, the SG of Kenya Reform Party, for giving us insights to what the party stands for and selling that product to us. So Kenyans, if you are running for any seat, you can choose either to go independent, join, and if you are yet to join any party, she has given you opportunity to look at it, and you can make a choice. Otherwise, it was a good discussion, and God bless you. Let's continue building our nation. So you can share your, I know you shared your contacts, but you can share again just in case someone wants to talk to you or to your party, just reiterate, and then we will end there.
Thank you very much, Eric, for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted. Thank you for opening that space for us and for all other Kenyans. Everyone deserves a chance, and everyone deserves to be heard. And I'm calling upon even like-minded Kenyans. It's not only for aspirants, even for Kenyans who just feel that this is a good agenda that they want to subscribe to. We are open to membership from all Kenyans. So they can visit us on www.ref for reforms, ref.ke. All our other contacts are there, and including our Insta pages and all that, and we can engage from that platform and go beyond. But I'm inviting all Kenyans who subscribe to this whole ideology to join us even as members, and we can take this party to where it should be, in formation of government and informing policy. Thank you.
And that's where we are going to end our discussion. For those who are still following this channel, there is always a debate on current affairs. It's coming up shortly, so you can wait for it. Otherwise, have a good night, all of you.
Thank you. Bye.